How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Ruffled, and today I'll be showing you how to get your hands on the legendary QUARTET. These are 4 new legendary Pokemon in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Now, this video is going to be a bit long because there is a lot of details you have to understand, and if at any point you are confused, you can always pause the video, and also you can check the description as there will be details there too. Either way, let's get started. So, these guys will be found after you finish the base game. That means you finish the 3 main stories, and you do the little post-game area in the Area 0. Once you've done all of these things, now you're going to be able to go and get the QUARTET. Now, how do you actually get them? Well, you're going to be going around the map and finding these stakes. Now, these stakes need to be found, and there are about 8 of them per legendary QUARTET Pokemon, and they're all spread out throughout the whole map. Now, the thing is, per legendary, they have a specific section within the map that's considered theirs. And if you want to look for any specific ones, I made this map right here that shows you generally where everything is located. But if you're having a hard time understanding the map itself, then don't worry, I'm going to explain the rest too. So first things first, there are 8 stakes per legendary, and then there is a shrine where the legendary will be found once you actually get all the stakes. Now, these shrines can be specifically pointed out to you if you go and talk to the history teacher. Now, the history teacher in the game, if you do all her classes in the academy, she will actually tell you the locations of them, and also she'll kind of send you on a mission to find them. So I would recommend and go and do all the history lessons in the academy, and once you've done all of them, and I'll be kind of showing a bit of a supercut here in the background of all the right answers you have to press throughout it. So if at any point you want to pause, you can do that to see what the right answers are in the history lessons. Now, once you've done this a few times and you've spoken to the teacher in the staff room, and then you speak to her in the front entrance of the academy, once you've done this, she will tell you the locations of the actual shrines. Next up, we gotta go out into the world and find every single one of these. And I'll be just kind of showing you the general location of each one of the stakes per Pokemon. So let's start with Ting-lu. Now, Ting-lu is one of the first ones you'll be able to find, and the first stake for him is right here. This is right next to Medali Gym. If you know the location of Medali, you'll find it's up here close to the mountains. So that's the first place you gotta go to start things off with. It's right up there where you guys can see my little character is located at. Now, after this, you gotta go right next to this hole. This is up in the hills, and you just gotta jump down this hole to find the next stake. It's right at the bottom, so you gotta just jump down, or you can go underneath from the cave itself. But once you are here, just jump down, and the stake will be right on top of this rock. And yeah, it's right here on the map. I'll be, of course, showing you guys the map locations all the time. You guys can always pause if you don't know where I am. But yeah, you can always pause and look at the current location. Either way, the next one is right next to it. It's right over here, right underneath the waterfall. So all you gotta do is jump out of the cave on the entrance or exit over here, and then you'll be getting down to the bottom of where the waterfall is. Once you're down here, you'll find another one of the stakes, and this should be one of the easier ones to find because it's very much in the open, and you might even have found it throughout your regular playthrough. Next up is one on this tiny island over here. Now, I must point out, I already took the stake throughout my playthrough, so of course you're not going to be seeing me picking it up in this case, but it's right over here on this small ledge where I'm standing right near in the bush. This is exactly where its location is. So if you're looking for that one, there is where that's located. Next up, we have one that's going to be in a little bit of a different situation, different spot. It's going to be on the edge over here. It's right next on the edge of the lake slash, I don't even know what to really call this. I guess it is a lake, right? But yeah, it's right over here, not in the ocean, but slightly up on a hill. You guys can, of course, pause and check exactly where this is if you want to, but there is the location. Not too complicated, also a very easy one since it's on top of a hill. So that's that one. Next up, though, is one up here towards the North Paldean Sea. So all you gotta do is pinpoint that same location and run over there, and it's gonna be on top of a hill itself, so it's not gonna be too difficult. You'll see it, it's right over here. Now, there are a few different bumps on this hill, so you might miss it at first, but if you jump all the way to the top and look to the left, you will find it right here. So that's another one done. Now there's about 2 left before you are done and have all the stakes. The next one is on the big island out in the lake. Now, this island, same thing here. I already found this stake earlier while taking on one of the Titans, but it's going to be right here in the middle next to Avalugs and stuff. It's going to be right next to them right here, so you simply got to go on the island and you will find it right here. Now, the final one, though, is going to be a bit more complicated. It's up in the mountains, the icy cold mountains, and you'll see it right down there. So all you got to do is jump down to it and pick it up, and this will be the last one you'll be needing for Ting-lu. Now, I'm going to be also showing you on the map where it is located in case you cannot figure that out, but it shouldn't be too difficult if you just generally look at where I'm located. So it's right up on the top, close to the ocean, so it shouldn't be too far away for you guys to not know what to do. But once you found this stake, you will get a message in-game, a message telling you that there is a cry being heard, a cry that's coming from the shrine. So once this happens, now, ladies and gentlemen, you can make all your way over to ting-lu's, actual chamber or shrine, and this will already be pointed out to you on the map. You'll see it right there. The location is already known, and if you go from where we found that last stake, it shouldn't even be too far away. You'll be very close by, and you can just jump down, and it's right at the bottom right here. So once you've done that, you should probably save your game before you take it on. And I will point out the very important thing to know, guys. If you kill the Pokemon by accident, you will have to wait 1 day, give or take, 1 in-game day or 1 real day, before it will respawn again. But you do not, okay? I repoint this. You do not need to go and find the stakes again if you accidentally kill it. So you're allowed to kill it 1 time, but once you've caught it, you can't get any more. Next up is Chi-Yu. Now to start this, we're going to go to Levincia Gym. This is like the location of where Iono's gym is. Going to run up to the lighthouse here and climb the mountain on the left. Once you've climbed it, it will be right next to one of the trees here, so it shouldn't be too complicated to find or anything. So yeah, you'll be easily finding this one first. Now, of course, you guys don't have to go in the order I'm going either here. You can skip through this video and look for what you want. The next one is on the ledge of the mountain right here. I will point one thing out. I did take this stake as well early on, but you guys can see generally speaking where this is located here by just following along with what I'm doing. So yeah, you got to jump down to this tiny little ledge where there's a tree, and there will be a stake down here. You'll be seeing it easily. It will just be right in front of you, but nonetheless, you know where the location is more or less if you just follow along. So that's that one. The next one though is actually pretty close by, and this is kind of where like I try to follow them like closely to each other because a lot of them do end up being in close proximity. But this one will be located on this ledge next to this tree over here, and all you gotta do is just fly over there and climb up the tree. And it will be located right next to the tree. And if you want to know where this is on the map, I'm going to be showing that as well. It's right around this location, so it's pretty much in a similar spot to the previous one, which is right next to the mountain. So it's right down there, and you'll be easily able to find it in no time. Then we have another one that's up in this location. Again, a lot of these are really close by, so this one is right next to a Pokemon Center, which you can easily get up on and get to as well. The next one is on top of this massive hill over here, so again, not going to be too complicated. It's also very close to the previous one, so all you gotta do is just fly and glide over to the other side here to this open grass field and climb atop the largest rock there is here, and on top of that large rock you will find it as well. This next one is also close to where the rock location is. You're going to have to kind of go around the edge right here and come close to the coastline of this place. But it is behind that rock over there, as you can see. Not very complicated to find, but probably one of the harder ones out of the ones of this specific Pokemon. So once you have that, now we head over right next to the actual location where the shrine is. So this one is on top of this giant mountain where the shrine is located. So all you got to do is head there, climb up to around the top or so, and you'll be able to find it right here. And the next one is also in a very close proximity to the previous one. Again, you could do the last one that I just did, like, well, not really the last one, but the one I just did that's close to the shrine. You can do that last because the next one is a little bit further away. So you can always do the other one first and then do the last one when you're literally at the end. Either way, we're going to be gliding over here, and right here next to this little like broken down house, castle, whatever you want to call it, is where you will find the next and I guess final stake. So all you got to do is again pause the video if you don't know any of these locations and you can't figure them out. Just pause and look at where they are on the map, and then after you've done this, we got to go back to the shrine itself, climb inside, and it will be down in this little cave. It is a little bit hidden away compared to the other ones, but you'll be able to find it very quickly. And once you found it, all you got to do is capture it, and of course, as I mentioned, if you do end up killing it or defeating it, it will respawn later on, and you don't have to look for the stakes once again. You just need to do it one time. Next up is chien-pao, which is actually one of my personal favorites. The first one you'll find right next to here to Cascarata, which is Cascarafa, the city. It will be right behind this tree over here, kind of above the city, sort of, so you're gonna have to look around for a little bit to actually find it. But once you get here, it shouldn't be too complicated. It's literally right next to the city. It's up in the kind of forest area right next to it. So once you find that one, the next one will be sort of located up here, down in sort of this kind of cavern area. Specifically in this spot. Again, you guys can always pause the video to look exactly where it is. It's right around the ledge here, so it's not going to be super easy to spot at first, but you can see it's right over here. So once you've got your hands on this one, you have yourself the second stake that you'll be needing. So you can see right here on the map where it is. It's actually pretty close to the Pokemon League, so if you know where that is located, you'll be able to find it. And close by, up on a hill, you will find the next one. This one you got to just ride up on. It's not going to be too far away, so if you do them in this specific order, they will be right after each other. So it's right up on top of this little hill. You can see what's around it. You got a bit of a watchtower as well as a little castle close by. The next one is going to be over here by the West Province specifically. It's next to the giant windmills and down in this ravine. So if you jump down, it's going to be on top of this little hill in the middle. So yeah, it's going to be in a bit of a complicated spot, but it shouldn't be too hard for you guys to find, you know, neither way. So there it is. Now the next one is actually close by as well. It's on this little ledge on this hill right next to the same location we were just at. So to head there, you just got to go back to the same Pokemon Center we were just at, and it's going to be at the edge of this hill right over here. Again, not too difficult, very easy to find, very easy to spot, and should be pretty easy if you have the ability to glide and climb. And again, you're going to have all those if you finish the game, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. But that's the location on the map. Next up is this one right here. This one's going to be underground. It's actually one of the more complicated ones. It took me a while to actually figure out where it was. But basically, if you just jump down from this ledge on the side, so there's going to be like a cave you can enter, but you want to go, instead of going to that cave, you want to go further down, like close to where the ocean is down here. And here it is, this cave. And if you go inside of this cave, you'll find it on top of one of these rocks. It was a bit of a weird one to find. It was a bit complicated, but there it is, right up in the middle of this zone. So yeah, this is kind of a weird spot, I'm not gonna lie, but the next one is actually right on the outside of this cave. So all you gotta do is go out from the cave, from the, you know, other entrance or the exit on the other side, on the top of this little hill. Once you get out here, climb on top of the mountain, and it will be on this little ledge. So it shouldn't, again, be too complicated. You just gotta climb all the way to the top to find it. And it's going to be on this little like ledge area. So there it is. And now they have this one. There's only a few more left before we can actually get this legendary. And well, what do we really need still? Well, all we really need to do right now is to, well, get this one right here. This one's close to this area right next to the psychic gym. It's in this zone. It's on this little ledge next to the waterfall, so you'll know exactly where it is if you simply just follow along with the water. And that's kind of a recommendation. Follow where the water is, look where like a lot of those things are, and you'll be able to find it. Next, we're going to head to the actual shrine itself. Again, you do have a location you can go to directly for it. And I think once you've visited it once, you can literally just fly there. I don't know if you can fly there instantly. I never even tried to do that. But nonetheless, once you've visited them once, you're able to actually fly to them. So if you do fail, like I actually end up doing that in this case, I end up failing to get this legendary. But if you do fail it, don't worry, you can retry it and you'll be able to fly here directly whenever like a day has passed, and then you can do it. But here it is, I guess the third legendary. This is also my personal favorite. It looks really cool. It's chien-pao, and that's that one. Let's move on to the final legend. Now, wo-chien is going to be the final one. First of all, you gotta go to Los Platos and climb up on top of this mountain. Now, this one's gonna be easy because Los Platos is the first city you actually visit in the game as you are playing, so don't worry about it. You'll be easily able to find this no matter what. So just climb on top of this mountain right up here in the southern province, and you'll be able to find it on the top. And the second one will be right across the Pokemon Center up in this kind of mountainish area right on the top here. So it's not going to be too complicated to find either. You'll be able to easily get there, and you'll be able to just simply look out down to where the Pokemon Center, if you actually look at what I'm doing, like the specific location, you'll be easily able to like figure out exactly where the spot is. So you'll see the Pokemon Center is on the left side there, and the actual stake is right here. I'm going to be honest, this is probably one of the easiest ones to find, like not the stakes, but like this whole legendary, like all the stakes of this legendary are probably the easiest ones to find, just to point that out. The next one is going to be up on this kind of spiral mountain, so it's going to be right on around the top or so. It's not like top 100,000%, but it is going to be up there. So once you find it, you'll see exactly where this kind of location is. It's right on the top. So yeah, you can kind of look out across the whole region from here. And since all these are close to Mesagosa, the starting city, it's also why they're mostly the easiest ones to find. However, the next one is going to be right next to this bridge. So all you really got to do is just kind of glide your way down there because it is so close by. And since we're on top of this mountain, we can easily do that. But it's going to be right underneath this kind of bridge area. It's kind of hard to explain it. It's sort of like a dam slash a bridge, but it's going to be right underneath it, sort of like right below this mountain. So you're going to be able to see it right here, and that's that one. Now, the next one is going to be up here in this ravine, and you're going to be able to fly to there if you have this southern province fly spot. If you've climbed one of the towers there, you're going to be able to find it pretty easily. But yeah, we're going to fly over. It's on the right side there, so you could have just flown right to it. Instead, we kind of flew to the side. But yeah, you can see it right behind us right there. So again, not too complicated. It's on this ledge, and you should be able to have it easily peasily and no problems whatsoever. Next one, though, is going to be close to the grass type gym. It's actually going to be overlooking sort of the actual grass-type gym city is going to be overlooking it there. So all you got to do is jump all the way to the top, and you'll be able to actually find it, and it's not going to be too, again, complicated. It's one of the easier ones, and especially if you finished, you know, all the gyms and you found all the Pokemon centers, you'll be able to fly sort of in a close proximity to all them all the time. Either way, the next one, however, is going to be up here. So this location is specifically right next to Mesagosa. You can actually go to this one right after the bridge one. You could technically do it this one first, but this one's going to be right next to Mesagosa up on this little hill. Again, you can pause the video to look at specific locations in case you are wondering and in case you just don't know where to go exactly. So just simply do that. But yeah, there you go. It's not going to be too complicated. It's right next to this Southern Province Pokemon Center. And once you've gotten this one, there is only really a few left, and then you're going to be done and be able to take on the last legendary. So the last one is going to be around this kind of area, which is right next to where the actual shrine is. So usually these ones we, you know, try to mention here at the end, but yeah, so this one's right next to the actual shrine. So it's not going to be, it's got to be like right above it on this little hill, as you can see. And once you have this one, guess what? That's it, ladies and gents. Now you can go and take on the final legendary, and this one is a doozy because it is right underneath you. You don't have to go far, you just jump down and it's going to be right here. So once you've gotten this one, ladies and gentlemen, you now have all the legendaries found, and of course you have all the legendaries caught, I'm hoping. Again, like I mentioned previously, and I'm going to mention it again, if you do accidentally kill them, don't worry, you can rebattle them again. It will take a day or so before they respawn, just takes a while, but either way, once you have defeated them or actually caught them, what you should do next is head back to the teacher. If you go back to the teacher, she will talk to you and she will reward you for showing each one of the legendaries to her, and she will give you nasty plots. So that's it for the guides. If you guys enjoyed this, drop a like down below, make sure to subscribe, and I'll be seeing you guys in the next video. Have yourselves a great day, and thank you for watching.